3rd on a nice 4th of July weekend. And many of you, and I will know in an hour or so whether I have to work on Monday or not. But it does turn out that I'm going to have to go to work this afternoon if I have any hope of having the day off on Monday. So good morning to all of you. I would like to go down to the Boston Janets and enjoy myself down there. So let me get this phone. It's easier for me to see the side chat on here. And good morning, everybody. Let me get on live chat. Good morning, Shimei. Good morning, Beryl. Good morning, Meryl. Hipster, how are you, babe? Good to see you this morning. Buenos dias. I'm just starting this phone up. It's going to be another blue sky day. We just got the morning layer burning off right now. So hoping that the yard guy is going to show up before I have to go to work this afternoon. I'm not going to be able to do a kitchen stadium tonight. We'll find something else to do. Not going to be available. I don't want to have to rush and go get gas and everything else for this evening. Let me get the side chat up here. And I've been awful busy lately, as you guys know. I was watching Kev on his little drive up in Washington State this morning. Let me see. Good to see you, everybody. Let me say good some mornings. Got a hipster. How you doing, babe? Jessica Dean. Yeah, happy 4th of July weekend. Yeah, work always gets in the way of fun. Well, honey, I gotta pay my health insurance bill, so that's the nut I gotta stay on top of. Hi, Mary. Hi, Shimei, Gail, Linda, Kale. Good morning. Kale, I got the messages. I haven't had a chance to reply. If we're going to do a one-sided cup, we're going to change a little bit on the bottom part of that, accepts no substitute. And then I think at the bottom, we're just going to put Rosie O'Kelly channel at the bottom if we can only go on one. Good morning, Ronnie. Good morning to you. Hello, Darlene. Good morning, Psyche. Work always gets in the way of fun. Hey, Jay Money, how you doing? I can't take my time off. Hey, Joan, how are you? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. How you doing, Coach? Great to see you. Everything must be done. I know. Oh, the sun's just breaking through this morning, so it's going to be another glorious day here, but I'm not going to have time to get Kitchen Stadium together tonight, but we'll figure out something to do. We'll have fun. We always do. We had a great time creeping around last night. So good morning. It's got Leah in here. There's Leah. How you doing, sweetie? If I can get some work done today, I'm pretty sure don't have to work Monday, which is the recognition day of the 4th of July, July 5th. We'll see what happens. Well, thank you, Psyche. Coming to save you in the waves right there. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Good morning, Goldie. How are you, sweetie? Goldie's always on the go out there. So I hope the yard work is going to be wrapped up today. As some of you may know, the guy underbid terrifically the size of the job here, so I'm just going to pay him out today to get a little more work done. I'm going to worry about the big tree and top cutting the bottle brush here. The main thing that he accomplished was clearing out that driveway and taking tons of debris, which widened out my entrance. I do want to put a neon sign, the Rancho, over the front of that, with maybe a little pine tree or redwood kind of outline on the bottom there. Reminds me of Baywatch. Yeah, you can see my Baywatch. I've done videos bouncing on the beach with my recreating Baywatch. Boing, boing, and all of that. Yep, and all of that. Absolutely. Happy 4th of July, Maggie. So, hi Ashley, how are you this morning? So we'll figure out something to do. Love the Rosie Shake. Hope you have a good Saturday. I do too. About 1 o'clock or so, I'm going to have to head on out. My dad planted a redwood in his garden. Oh my God, it grew huge. Yes, they do. They grow huge. I got a big boy right up above me here. I hope it doesn't fall over. Never know when we will be free or departed. Get out there, exactly. Um, I just got here. Rosie, you heard about Cooper. It is true. And I'm going to be very measured in what I talk. It's an 800-pound gorilla in the room this morning. You know, number one, yes, Coop has passed on. Uh, you know, number two, I have been involved since June 20th, and for reasons of my own and for reasons of family and other stuff, I've kept things. I have a reputation on YouTube of being called the Vault because I can sit on top of confidential information and um, in other words, when somebody tells me something in confidence or asks me to hold something in confidence, I'm not one of those people that busts at the seam to have to, just bust and dying to tell somebody. No, I don't tell anybody. All right, there's been some tremendous family dynamics and love, family love, romantic love. Um, Religion. I mean, there's a lot of things that cross here. You know, Coop and I had kind of a complicated. He was kind of my, and I don't want to get too emotional because we had our ups and downs too. He was kind of my follow on to what I did with the Saturday night live streams. When I reached the point of my live streams that they had become Jerry Springer, Rosie Springer show, I hung it up. I enjoyed it tremendously, but I came to learn that people that you would have on a panel eventually became reflected on you, rightly or wrongly. You would carry the cross of their sins across the void, and I no longer wanted to really be a part of that, so Coop took over. I'm sorry, I'm not really seeing the side chat right now. So Coop took over and ran and did a very nice job of running that. We didn't always see eye to eye. I, knew his cousin and hung out with his cousin in Florida. We met in 2015, Coop and I, and Corey Sofuggett and Doug, her husband, and a few other people. Can't remember if Drew was down there at that particular time. And then about 2 years ago, Coop kind of went on his own way and lost touch. Lost touch with him despite trying to stay in touch with him and call and leave messages. Sometimes a person just doesn't want to. They don't want to have contact for whatever period of time with somebody or something from their past for a while. I've had that experience sometimes myself on YouTube where, I just, despite the best friends in the world, I just got to chill out. I just got to be separate from this stuff. And as you guys know, in December of 2019, I believe that's what it was, when we were in Las Vegas. And we were driving around with Vegas Vixen, and Cooper came onto the side chat. And for his grandmother and him were watching, and they had noticed that we were at the cemetery. That Coop's grandmother had lost her, I don't know what it was, one of her daughters. I can't remember what it was, but we ended up finding the grave marker. And we did that live. And they were simultaneously watching and live streaming at that time, and it was people determined that was one of the greatest moments in the history of Boyd, where we had just sheer happiness for the first time in Grandma's life, that she had seen where her daughter or whoever was was laid to rest there, and we found that grave marker. It was a great day. But we had our ups and downs. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was Cooper's grandma's mother, yes. And she had a terrible auto accident in Las Vegas. Thank you, hipster. And it was very emotional for her to be able to, when we were live and we were just right over top of that grave and cleaning it up a little bit, that gravestone and all of that. So sometimes you got to understand people want to withdraw. And I had my ups and downs with Greg Campbell and stuff, and then Greg kind of withdrew, and despite trying to contact him, there's communications don't have to be a two-way street. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes people don't want to communicate. Okay, so I'm just going to get to the fast forward of things that for quite a while, I believe that the news was a troll, which is one reason I didn't come on and discuss it back then, because when I tried to make back contact on phones and stuff like that, I didn't get answers. And I mean, it was, working with the boyfriend, who I think was just so distraught about the situation that we ended up just having just a texting back and forth. And his name is Justin, and he seemed like a nice guy. But guys got to remember, I had incident on top of incident. My father having just passed away from COVID in a terrible death struggle for the whole month of November, and then the whole month of December, and then that's still raw in my mind. And then Mr. Z's wife, who I met and who I loved dearly and loved me, suddenly passed away. And then this a matter of a couple weeks later on top of it, it was a really horrible thing. Really horrible to have to deal with this and have this lack of communication with family and things like that were coming down. Now, there's been allegations of sometimes, I don't know how to put this, because I don't want to I like to choose my words carefully and things. Family relationships and love relationships with people within the family from outside people in the family can be very complicated. Okay, and when somebody comes along, say in Cooper's life, and develops a serious relationship, and you have a very loving, romantic, and deep relationship, one half of your mind is focused on how great it is to have a love in your life, and some other part of your family, of your mind, is focused on what are the consequences of having this person in my life in terms of family and things like that. And I'm just going to just put this out in one sentence, that the boyfriend was judged to be a distinct negative to the family. Therein, with just that simple statement, we know enough right there to know that the family dynamic was very difficult with this relationship. And I believe that the relationship became strained with the family, and it begins to take a mental toll. And I believe it took a mental toll on Coop, trying to juggle love of family and love of the love in his life. And I can understand now, in talking to the, it's just very raw. Claims that, the family's blaming the boyfriend for his death, and I mean, it's very bitter. These are the reasons I often don't bring what might be called inside information to Boyd, because it is tinged with sadness. It is, and I like to have people in the very best light, and I like to have memories of people the very best that they can be. And I'm not one to seek. I don't need views to come out and do the big grandiose announcement that somebody that we held very dear has passed away. I got to think very carefully in my mind. I got to process my own thinking about this in my, uh, continuing to touch base with Justin, who was Coops. I mean, for whatever reason, don't ask me why. I was the first person that they wanted to reach out to uh, in the community. Initially, I spurred those efforts, spurred them because things didn't make sense from numbers that were given in contacts and things like that. But it took a while to figure out that it was true. Even as late as last night, I still considered this might be a troll. But once again, I communicated with Justin, and we kind of put the matter to rest. But he's trying to get his life together now, and it's not a happy time. Okay, it's not a happy time. So, agree. I keep there's a lot of things. Hi, Joni. There's a ton of things. Hi, RV Devs. There's a lot of things that people don't know on the, uh, boy, my takeaway is this is a guy that I met, that I had a really close relationship with. We had a lot of laughs, a lot of loving. I was sort of welcomed into the family, met Ian, knew of the grandmother, had that great experience in the cemetery. And yeah, of course, I'm very saddened. I'm very sad. But life can be very complicated when you have somebody that is such a guiding and inspirational and savior like person that I think his grandmother was in his life. That's somebody that you hold very near and dear, and you always struggle with living your life within that person's expectations of you, right? And you don't want to disappoint, you don't want to make people be. At the end of the day, you got to live your own life too. So I think that this painful toing and froing, this painful psychological battle eventually took its toll. Now, it's not for not reaching out over a year and a half, but when you don't get, and I know 4 scores that attempted to meet and send messages, but there's not a lot we can do, right? I mean, there's limits to what. I'm not going to go in somebody's business and track them down and now start calling them. Hey, I need to talk to this guy. Is he okay? But it's just not my nature to. It's not my nature to do that. Yeah, that's it, Beryl. Yep. Good morning, Robert. Yeah. How you doing, Deb? Okay, so Hay Street. How you doing, Nicole? Good to see you. I'm sorry for everybody's. I'm sorry for the community's loss. I'm sorry that once again events in life become so overwhelming, and I'm not going to get into some of the sub claims and counterclaims and things like that. On our bottom line is we lost somebody that was very dear to us in the community, and he ain't coming back. Right? And given that reality, I don't feel the need. I don't feel the need to dig in deep, and it's just sad. It's just sad. It's just very very sad, and it's made for a very tough couple weeks of trying to communicate, and yeah, I'm trying to communicate with somebody that's almost in a psychosis state because of what's going on, and it made communication very, 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 very difficult and initially untrustworthy. I mean, the worst thing I could have done is just come out and just said this allegation to the community, and then end up being false. What I call Carlos Martinezing the community. I don't do that kind of stuff. So I held my tongue in this situation and concentrated more on trying to verify and communicate with Justin, which I did as late as last night. So just to let you guys know. Yeah, he pulled away. How you doing, Susie? And there's nothing when somebody wants to pull away. There's limits to what you are comfortable doing in terms of reeling that person back. You can be as extreme as getting in a car and driving and showing up on the property or showing up at work, or you could be smart enough to take the message and just, hey, give the space and let things be, right? Which is, yeah, it's very sad, Allie, but I'm not going to go into all the um, back and forth from family and boyfriend and all that kind of stuff. I don't feel like it's germane to celebrating and honoring and talking about the life of somebody that was an integral part of the community. It's another person that came in on my chats originally and through me. I mean, there have been many of them, some good, some pretty controversial. I mean, I don't got a problem with birds and stuff, but some people do. I mean, it's just people come in and they become a part of the community, and then they take a major role like Coop did, and then life takes over. I remember June, I think it was about June 15th. I mean, one of my mods can find the chat. He showed up on my side chat. And I didn't know originally if that was a troll or not. And eventually, one of my moderators, I believe Cheryl, was, yeah, that's the real deal. So I kind of eased back a little bit. And I said, yeah, I hope we can make contact, And he said, yeah, I'll be in touch. So I don't know, just stuff happens. So, hi Missy, how are you? Yeah, well, that's fine, Nicole. You had a great relationship with him, and that should be your takeaway from that. From me, we can't. I mean, when you think of a combination of being a professional and helping to run a business, being raised a Southern Baptist, being gay in the South, having love and having that love have to be integrated into family and things like that. And it's I can understand that being trans and the difficulties that presents, and it can tear up your mind. It can just tear you to pieces. So, how you doing, Terry? Yeah, yeah. As will Nicole. That's right, right. Love Nicole a lot. She had a very close relationship, which is great, and that would be my takeaway. Nicole, that would be my point of celebration. That you always had that good slice. You always had that good side of it, and the sadness of loss will fade, and the memories will sustain of somebody who impacted you greatly. That'll be my takeaway too. Yeah, we had our ups and downs, we had our disagreements, and but at the end of it, we came good. And I just never knew that I was so deep within the family and stuff like that. So it's and then I think somebody mentioned Diane. Two campers came in last night and mentioned that the cousin was in my chat early, and then I missed it or something like that. So I don't know. I may have a chance to talk to Ian, who I met. So. So I'm going to get a refill of my coffee and I'll answer any questions as the best of my ability. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. Grab a cup of coffee here. So, what's up, Alan Gold? How you doing this morning? Yeah, when a person leaves, it's painful, and you know, just sometimes reaching out. People don't want to be touched, right? They don't want to. Um, I'm gonna be honest. Like the 15th or 16th of June, when I was on a stream and he popped in, I thought to myself, this is really kind of weird, and I have to go back and rewatch that part of the stream and just see. I got kind of a weird vibe at that time. Um, it wasn't a real happy, hey, I'm back and rosy old bitch, or whatever. It was I don't know. It was just kind of a down vibe. I don't want to say it was making the goodbye rounds or something like that, but it was a bit strange. Hey EJ, how are you? Yeah, it's been hard, hipster, because I've had to go, with Mr. Z and make sure he's okay, and then trying to express concern to Coop's boyfriend that, yeah, I do care, but I don't, I don't really know you two. I don't really know you. So, walking that line, and I got to figure out if you're kind of for real, if this whole thing is, yeah, it's been very emotionally. June was a bad month in that regard. It was a bad month. So, um, when I talked to her, yeah, it was solemn. So it's, yes, that's right, hipster. And could anybody have changed the course of that? I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt that. I, say a prayer for his grandmother. Obviously, she had a tremendous amount of love for him. I say a prayer for Justin, the boyfriend. Um, I don't want him to be under some mantle of guilt that it's his fault and blah, blah, blah. And other. I mean, it's very easy when it comes to taking one's life. Pointing fingers can sometimes be a reality of why did this or what did you do. And I hope that doesn't really develop, right? I hope that the lives can heal and they can get on their way. No, I haven't collected a dime yet. No, I haven't collected a dime, nor am I going to. My days of collecting on Boyd are long gone. We can see with the recent thing with Cyanide Cupcake and Smiley Pocus that best thing you can do on YouTube is mind your own business and stay the hell out of things. So I will continue to maintain my contact with Justin. I think it's important that he have somebody that he can talk to now that we've established the reality of the situation. And in the light of a couple of weeks, he's a much calmer person than he was at that particular time and able to more coherently communicate. I think, which is a positive. So. One of the things I would like to do is try to make sure that he's mentally unburdened of this whole situation and just make sure he's realized is that he's a human being and there's only so much we can do to make family situations good. Right? Yeah, we lost Cupcake Zinger too. Which I have to say, hipster hit me because the close relationship I had with Cupcake Zinger, and then she was almost continuously in a rehab facility for her kidney failure at the end. She called it a rehab, and I kind of had a bad feeling at that time. She's in here so much that she probably just went into acute failure. So, uh, what's up, Tuna? I'm not sure, Tuna. All things considered, I mean, I don't regret that I had my dosings of the vaccine, but yet respite center, thank you, hipster, not rehab, respite center. But I've always said people make their own choice about getting that vaccine or not. So, yeah, let's please don't delete Tuna's messages and stuff, okay? Thank you. So yeah, today just let it sink in, and the world goes on. Bye, CheapRvliving. Take care, babes. All of his videos are up. All of his videos will probably remain. Let me see something here. Because Nicole will remember way back in 2013. Let me see something. Yeah, it looks like they finally took her stuff down, because Nicole, back in 2013, we remember hopeful Kylie back then, who took her life back then. I think her videos stayed up for about 5 years or so. I'm not sure. So that was a tough situation. I'm sure Nicole remembers that. So if you want to get your viewing and enjoy some of the old classic hangouts, they're all there for you to enjoy. You were just watching videos years ago. Yeah, I have all of the meetup with him in Florida. That'll always be there when we met up. We went to saw the Park Place Lounge where Francis drove the U-Haul and peeled the top of the U-Haul going underneath of the sign. They still have some kind of commemoration there of that event. Oh, it's still there. How about that, Nicole? Wow, I spelled it wrong. So that channel will be up for, a long, long time. So, yeah, Franny. Hey, Francis, how are ya? Huh? Yeah. I remember Coop and I had some hella laughs that when we met up down there, and we had Corey and Doug. Just had a great day. I can't remember if Drew was. I know Ian was there, the cousin. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I remember Coop driving off in the Infinity. What's up, JK? Well, Toonie was a nice guy to me. What's up, Barbara Ray? How you doing? I enjoyed meeting Doug. It was very nice. Nice person, as was Corey, as is Corey. But again, I never got into all the dramatics and cross stuff that was going on. So, cheers. Good morning. This is Francis. How are you? Love that. Love that. So, I guess that's going to kind of put a wrap on that. I'll occasionally keep you guys posted, make sure that Justin is on an even keel and moving forward, and try to get a feel. I will have no be impossible to have contact really with the family. I probably will, if I get a proper address, maybe write something to his grandmother uh, down there. So, love you, Susie. Yeah, Francis was the best, huh? Hey, Sunny girl. When Francis took that U-Haul to the Park Place Lounge, and they have a low-hanging corner of that building, and Francis drove that U-Haul, and that thing peeled off the top like a tin can, right? Uh, they have a sign now. I think it's called U-Hauls Beware that's hanging up there. Something on there. Yeah. Yeah, Gail, it's been tough, right? I mean, June was unreal coming off of May, and then when this stuff came down around the 20th, um, just just trying to cope with it. Just, I mean, it's the boys. Just trying to find out if it's real was time consuming, even up to yesterday. There was still a shot. Yeah, how you doing, D? Good to see you. So happy Fourth. I'm gonna go tootling off to work in a. Not right now. I'm not closing out yet, but then do something tonight. Then it's off to the Boston Gen. It's tomorrow, hopefully, and have a nice overnighter. Inconsolable over this. Please pray for me. I think a lot. Hey, Alabella, how you doing, sweetie? Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Alan Gold, I do pray for you that you get the medical attention and therapies that you need to right your boat, my friend, as you pitch and yaw through the skies of life and stick down, stick up. I hope that you get the right medications to square you away. Yeah, Gail said you seem to be in a more spiritual and reflective mood. Now I understand why. So sorry. Good afternoon, Andrew. I don't give a eulogy. I just tell you what happened. That's all. Um, you know, it's just the reality of the situation as it unfolded. It continues to unfold. So I'm an excellent person after the fact when all the hoopla and all the flowers are swept up and removed. I'm a great person for after the fact, then staying very engaged in what's going on. People need the most. Yeah, EJ, that's great. Yeah, skiwi. Nurse Ratchet. Alan is under my care, no worries. Yeah, the stream last night was epic. It was a great time. I mean, if you like rats in the wild, rats gone wild, it was great. Little graveyard choo-choo and a little bit of a taco crawl. It was excellent last night. Well, I'm with all of you. I mean, Hipster Heaven was incredibly. I feel bad for Hipster. And Nicole was incredibly. These people were maintained or attempt to maintain relationships much more than I did. You know, once you message or you call and leave a message and you don't get the replies or the return, it's okay. I get it. Somebody that wants to be on the down low, but I think there's some people that are definitely hurt because he was such a significant part of their Saturday nights. Thank you, Sunny Girl. Yeah, he would love that. Take good care of Alan. Thank you, Claire. Um, so there it is. Thank you, Psyche. So yeah, so don't spare a thought for me. There's plenty of other people in this community that enjoyed an excellent and very close relationship with him. Like I said, we had our ups and downs. We ended on a good note, but you know, everything been all fixed up after that graveyard stream in December of 2019, I believe. So I didn't like to lose contact again, but you know, there were a couple beach streams, as you guys remember, walking along the beach and talking about his boyfriend and life is beautiful, and that was kind of it. That was kind of the deal. Yeah. No, they're supposed to finish up today. Supposed to finish up today. Yeah, I like Tribe. Tribe's funny. I like his crew over there. Tune is funny. I think Weirdo can be funny. Chuck, come on, man. I don't want to see anybody going. Right. You know, Tucker. That's his thing to carry through life. Only he knows the true realities and scope of what he did or didn't do. So. Okay, take care, EJ. Thank you. Hi, Sherry. Morning to you. Morning to you. So I was listening to Nicole's video this morning. I always catch her stuff this morning. You could tell she was very upset this morning with that. So. Yeah, and I'm sure, Debbie, you were very close too. Sid's angel, Deb. I know that to be a fact. So. Hey, Quirky, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, and I know that Sid's was incredibly close to Coop. I think they had that southern bond. Well, thank you, Kale. You're a sweetie. And Kale, while I got you here, if we could just do one more alternative design change on that mug, just to, instead of on accept no substitute, just Rosie O'Kelly channel on the bottom of that, just in case. So. Yeah, Coop loves it. He loves it. Love Nicole. Loved me. I mean, he, you know, you never know the whys and wherefores of why I was the person chosen to, you know, to touch base with as all this stuff initially came down. It honestly, it kind of floored me, and it took a lot of investigating and a lot of dead ends back and forth. But it is what it is. You just never know. Maybe so, Susie. No problem, Ashley. I'm going to do a little cleanup of breakfast and wrap it. You waiting for your lap dance? Well, that's gold being gold. Right. You can't recognize the good without being put against the bad, right? A mentor and good mouthpiece. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's one thing I've been blessed with, is the ability to keep my mouth shut and keep something to always hold a confidence. And you'll never see Rosie in green rooms or talking crap or anything. I'm proud of that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, guys, and close it out today. And God rest your soul, Coop. And I always like to think that people were in a better place and not having to deal with the conflict. And family dynamics and romantic dynamics, and trying to figure out a way to fit that jigsaw puzzle together. Sometimes we don't get that puzzle together. And therein lies the real tragedy of trying to balance a life. How many families bring somebody into the fold, and it just never works out. Right? It's a very, very tough situation. So anyway, thank you everybody for being here this morning. To my wonderful moderators, Fly High, Ella Bella, great to see you today. God bless you, honey, and everybody else. Have a wonderful day, a beautiful day, and yeah, thank you everybody.